Honorable Minister of State, Ambassador Nduhungirehe Olivier, Your Excellency Ambassador Mathilde, distinguished guests, all protocol observed, young Rwandans here present, and your friends, ladies and gentlemen. It is my privilege for me to represent His Excellency Paul Kagame, the President of the Republic of Rwanda, in this Rwandan Young Professional Conference. Our President conveys to you all warm greetings and best wishes. He thanks organizers of this important conference for having invited him. He had wished to be with you today, but could not due to unavoidable reasons. He assures you of his continued support to enable you play a key role in developing our mother country, Rwanda. I wish to thank the Indianapolis Rwandan Diaspora Network, Umubano, in collaboration with the United States Rwandan Community Abroad and their partners for having organized this important conference. As it has been mentioned, this conference aims, among others, at mobilizing Rwandan young professionals in the diaspora for development of our home country, Rwanda. I'm therefore very happy now to be part of this gathering of young Rwandan professionals living in the US who are committed to join hands with their fellow Rwandan to play an active role in developing our country. I'm just here to present you what you may already know. As Rwanda, we need to keep reminding each other our common vision to transform ourselves into capable and skilled people ready to compete in a global environment. The overall goal of this conference is very important. It is in line with the commitment of our government of Rwanda to create conducive conditions that facilitate Rwanda youth to actively participate in our country's socio-economic development. I wish to remind that Rwandan youth make up 70% of our population today. Rwanda deserves a special treatment to its youth because they are the future drivers of our development agenda. This explains why we came to participate in this important conference. Given that some of you may have been away from our country for a long time, I'm going to start by giving you an overview of our country's general performance and the future perspective. And then I will explain to you services that are offered to our diaspora. Dear participants, under the leadership of His Excellency Paul Kagame, Rwanda embarked on a development journey that was inspired by three fundamental choices that we Rwandan made. These are unity, thinking big, and accountability. In the last 10 years, Rwanda's economy has been growing at an annual average growth rate of 7.2%. And in general, the trajectory of our economy is positive and promising. Last year, our economy grew by 8.6% against 7.2%, which was projected. This was mainly due to good performance of the industry sector, followed by services and agriculture. Our economy is projected to grow at a rate of 7.8% this year and 8.1% in 2020. These projections are in the framework of National Strategy for Transformation 2017-2024, which lays a foundation for a Vision 2050. This Vision 2050 that you may have heard about aspires to take Rwanda beyond upper middle income by 2035 to high living standards by middle of the century 2050. To get there, we thought that the Vision 2050 should focus, among others, on priorities such as developing modern infrastructure and livelihoods, developing high-value and competitive jobs and sectors. There is no doubt that young professionals, you will be part of this journey, and you therefore have a key role to play in achieving this development agenda, driving the country's vision. Let me elaborate a bit more about this development agenda. The first 4 years of the Vision 2050 will be covered by the National Strategy for Transformation that started in 2017, as I said. This National Strategy for Transformation is mainly divided into 3 parts. The first part deals with the economic transformation. The main objective of this economic transformation pillar is to accelerate inclusive economic growth and development founded on the private sector, knowledge, and as well as natural resources. This objective will be delivered by focusing on key different priorities and interventions, such as creation of over 214,000 jobs annually, increase of urbanization to 35% by 2024 from 17.3 we had in 2014, growth of export by 17% annually, and develop local industry through Made in Rwanda, ensure digital literacy for all youth, especially from 16 to 30 years old, and 60% of adults by 2024. We need also to increase the long-term savings. We need also to double credit to agriculture sector from 5.2, which was the number of 2017, to 10.4% in 2024. We need also to increase irrigation and to double our agriculture production to make sure we have the food security in our country. The second pillar is about the social transformation. Its main goal is to develop Rwandans into a capable, skilled people with a quality standard of living. This goal will be achieved through the implementation of priorities, including eradication of extreme poverty, improved access to water and sanitation, electricity, and universal access to quality health. We need also to work on disease prevention, fighting non-communicable diseases, drug abusers and trafficking, universal access to quality of education, and improved access to basic sanitation and hygiene. We are also planning to promote affordable housing. The third and last pillar focuses on transformational governance, and the overall goal is to consolidate good governance and justice as building blocks for equitable and sustainable national development. Dear participants, to reach where we aspire to be in terms of development, as I have mentioned, our implementation plan was grouped into economic, social, and governance clusters. This was done for ease of good monitoring and coordination. I now want to share with you some of our achievements in relation to these clusters. I am sure many of you who have been coming to Rwanda have witnessed many of what I'm going to talk about, of course. In the economic cluster, a lot of has been achieved. As example, we have improved our road network by constructing new roads and well maintaining the existing ones. So far, the road roughness index, as per the 2018 Global Competitiveness Report, ranks Rwanda the quality of roads the first in East Africa and the third in on African continent. The modern land use master plans were developed to enable trade and industry, tourism, and regional integration. Several initiatives were implemented, such as construction of cross-border trading facilities, elimination of non-tariff barriers, extension and construction of processing factories, and high and medium standard hotels. We have now 10 industrial parks, including Kigali Special Economic Zone, which were designed. Some of them are operational, others are under development or construction. In agriculture, between 20 and 2019, different milestones were achieved. The following are just some examples. We had improvement of agriculture production through what we call crop intensification program. This program was generally designed to maximize agricultural production. Under this program, several initiatives were successfully implemented. For example, land consolidation increased from 18% in 2010 to 61% in 2017. The use of inorganic fertilizers increased to 39 kilograms per hectare in 2018 from 14 kilograms in 2018, which is above 16 kilograms per hectare, which the average level applied in sub-Saharan Africa. To cope with the climate change, we introduced the irrigation scheme. So far, 10% of irrigable land is under irrigation against the National Strategy for Transformation target of 17%. To promote young entrepreneurs and employment creation for youth, the government of Rwanda, through the financial support of the Business Development Fund, commonly known as BDF, assisted different youth entrepreneurs. For those who don't know what BDF is, I would like to tell you that it is a fund dedicated to facilitate access to finance for SMEs through innovative financing options. BDF provides different financial products such as credit guarantee, equity investment, grant management, and so on. Since its establishment in 2011 up to March 2019, BDF supports investment worth of 72 million, which is equivalent of 72 billion of Rwandan franc, which is equivalent of $80 million. It triggered loans equivalent to $219 million, and it impacted the SMEs to the tune of more than 40 million. It created and maintained jobs with a value of more than $207 million. Other important achievements that in economic sector were born out of the government support initiative include the establishment of export growth funds, Rwanda Innovation Fund, and long-term savings scheme that we call now Edouard. The export fund facility, which targets or covers all sectors, traditional and non-traditional exports. I would like to tell you that to be eligible for that fund, companies should intend to export 40% of their production. And by February 2019, 39 companies accessed export growth facility with the total fund of allocated to this project equivalent to $4.3 million. These companies are expected to generate more than 4,000 permanent jobs and 5,000 seasonal jobs. The long-term savings scheme, Edouard, is another important achievement. It aims at promoting a culture of saving among the citizens in Rwanda, ensures universal access to pension and social security inclusion. In addition, it strengthens financial inclusion and stimulates economic growth, poverty alleviation to attain higher standards of living. In regard to enhancement of financial inclusion, Rwanda recorded the following significant achievements. The number of financially included people or population increased from 72% in 2012 to 89% in 2016. The banking sector remains the largest component of our financial sector, which with around 66% of the total financial assets. Currently, the banking sector is composed of 11 commercial banks, 3 microfinance banks and development banks, and 1 cooperative bank. While the banking sector operates a network of 189 branches and 175 sub-branches across the country, there are 449 microfinance institutions. Among them, we have what we call Sako Umurenge of a number of 416. Umurenge Sako, for those who don't know about Umurenge Sako, it's an initiative of the government that aims to boost up rural savings and provide the Rwandans with loans to improve their earnings and enhance their livelihood. As of December 2018, for example, Umurenge Sako had registered 2 million subscribers. Let me talk now about the ICT sector. In the ICT subsector, with the quest of to become an ICT hub, our country has registered the many achievements. So far, internet penetration rate has reached 52%, mainly due to 4,500 kilometers of fiber optic broadband. The rate of mobile phone penetration stands at 77% in Rwanda, while around 2.3 million adults use mobile money. Through what we call Tap and Go, we transform the Kigali public transport system to 100% cashless. I would also like to inform you that in the near future, we will be having a smartphone made in Rwanda. Now, a smartphone manufacturer knows that Marathon is currently constructing its factory in Rwanda. And I hope also, I hope you have heard about what we call Zipline. And this is a medical drone, delivery services such as blood and vaccine, which is working now in Rwanda since a few years ago. Distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to inform you that our country achieved a lot in the social sector, and in this regard, I can mention some examples. The government of Rwanda put in place a number of strategies to promote the quality of education. In health sector, Rwanda has made a tremendous effort toward improving life of its population, thanks to the implementation of various policies and strategies, such as health workers. Those are people who are helping our population in rural area. And we have now health indicators such as infant mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, which dropped considerably. And the number of women delivering in health care facilities increased from 30% in 2005 to 91% in 2015. Several innovations to promote standardization of health sector were put in place. They include the establishment of Rwanda Food and Drug Authority. Now we have what we call Rwanda FDA. And we have also developed different programs to assist our Ministry of Health and our people to make sure that everyone can have access to health facility, but also to different medical care. I'd like to give you some information regarding holistic approaches that Rwanda has done to improve its business environment. Some of you may think this does concern you, as you do not have enough startup capital to invest, but don't worry, the skills you have now, the love of your country, in addition to your innovative ideas and the connection, are the most important thing we value as a government. I would like to tell you that investing in Rwanda is profitable. As you know, Rwanda is secure and economically stable as a country. The entire legal framework provides a conducive environment for business. As you know, the 2019 World Bank Doing Business report ranks Rwanda 29th globally, and second in Africa, and then the first in the East African region. The 2018 Corruption Perception Index by Transparency International ranked Rwanda the 4th least corrupt country in Africa and the 1st least corrupt country in East African Community and 48th globally. Rwanda has vast untapped opportunities for investment, particularly in the sector of infrastructure, energy, agriculture, tourism, information and communication technology, real estate and construction, financial services, and mining. To attract more investors, Rwanda has put in place different investment incentives which the recent approved investment law. Rwanda has an array of investment incentives for investors ready to invest in the key priority sectors. Rwanda offers both fiscal and non-fiscal categories of incentives. Let me tell you maybe about the fiscal incentives, which include a 7-year tax holiday for specific sectors investments in manufacturing, tourism, health, exports, energy project producing at least 25 megawatts, as well as in ICT with an investment involving manufacturing, assembly, and services. The investment should be at least, in this case, the investment should be at least $50 million, and the investor should contribute at least 30% of this investment in the form of equity in these sectors. A preferential CIT rate of 0% for international companies with their regional offices in Rwanda and that fulfill certain requirements. A preferential CIT rate of 15% for registered investors undertaking exportation, energy generation, transmission and distribution, and the transport of goods and related activities. We have also exemption from capital gain tax, 5-year tax holiday for microfinance institution, custom exemption on products used in export processing zone, and we have also other immigration incentives. Regarding the non-fiscal incentives, we have first online business and investment registration, which takes less than a day. We also established a reinvestment and aftercare department to resolve investors' issue after registration and fast-track project implementation. Assist with tax-related services and exemption. Assist to access utilities like water and electricity, and then assistance with obtaining visa and work permit. We have also a one-stop center that provides notary services, and we also deliver of investors services in a rapid turnaround time of 6 hours business registration and 24 hours investment registration. At this juncture, I wish to share with you some of the services that the government of Rwanda offers to community abroad. We have, I will just give some examples, like facilitation to open an account in different commercial banks in Rwanda. This helps our diaspora members to transfer funds to Rwanda at no charge at the receiving account. Assistance to acquire loans that will help diaspora members finance or fund their development project in Rwanda. Facilitation in the process of land registration, transfer. Also, diaspora members who wish to renew their passports, of course, are helped through our Rwandan embassies. That one I'm sure you know. And then organize and facilitate thematic events that mobilize different sectors of the member of the diaspora, as the Torero or Rwanda Day, and so on. We have also legalization of and authentication of documents from abroad or from Rwanda that will be used abroad. Facilitation of and support the creation of Rwandan community abroad, of course, like the event we're having here today. We have a list of incentives, and we try to to assist our people who are living abroad. And the idea is to make sure a Rwandan, wherever you are, you feel like you are home. I would like to conclude by reminding every one of you that Rwanda is yours. I wish to thank you once again for having organized this important conference with the theme, the role of Rwanda's young professionals in national building. I want to thank you for having chosen such theme for this conference. It really encompasses all that we want from you, our youth, our young professionals. I'm grateful that I had this opportunity to be part of this conference and this conversation. I was able to tell you about our country development journey, how far we have gone, and where we want to be as a country. I hope that this information will be helpful for you, young professionals who want to be part of this development journey of our country. I wish to reiterate that the government of Rwanda will continue to support initiatives like this that aim at shaping Rwanda's development journey. I'm looking forward to our constructive conversation in today's conference. I thank you so much.